we're going to be signing Holy Spirit. I'm very excited about this song, but we'll get the housekeeping stuff out of the way first. Remember, I am a lefty, so if you are right-handed, that means you're going to be mirroring my signs at home. Also, below you will find two different links. One link is if you want to print off the lyrics, so you can make notes or do whatever you'd like to help you in the learning process. And the second link is to purchase a copy of the song. That way you can sign wherever you are. Also, you'll notice new color. I always make sure that I wear as plain a top as possible so that you guys can see the signs clearly. But this week I was like, no, we're gonna splash it up with a little color. Also, new necklace. Hey, I love fair trade jewelry. This was made by some beautiful women in Kenya who created a co-op. They were all living HIV positive, and just a great story, but maybe we'll talk about that another time. We're here to sign. Okay, so we're gonna do all of verse 1 up to the chorus today. So it is a big section. Stick with it, you'll get there. Yeah, the first line, there's nothing worth more. Okay, so that you want to take your index finger, and this one, it's just depending on the situation is where you point for there. Like, so, oh, it's over there, it's there, it's there. You can point wherever you'd like in this particular situation because we're not talking about a specific place. So there's nothing. So we've done nothing before. Nothing is kind of like the top of the question mark. Okay, so there's nothing. There's nothing worth. Okay, so for signing worth, you're going to take both hands, put your thumb and your index together, palms up, and then bring it together. Okay, worth. There's nothing worth more. So this is probably one that you've learned along the way, especially if you have kids. Baby signing has made this one popular. This is the sign for more. Okay, more. There's nothing worth more that could ever come close. So that, you don't have to sign it if you can't fit it in, but for that you have your thumb and your pinky finger out, and then you have it with your palm facing down and just bring it down. That, okay? That could ever come close. So forever, we're not gonna do anything with could, but forever, we have two index fingers kind of pointing this way, and then we roll them so that palms are up. Okay, so two index fingers, starting with palms down, roll them, and then palms up, okay? Ever, ever. Okay, so that could ever, and then come close. So you're gonna have your non-dominant hand here, and then with your dominant hand, you're gonna signify getting closer, okay? It's getting closer. So that line, that could ever come close, that could ever come close. That could ever come close. That could ever come close. Okay? No thing can compare. So for signing no, you're going to take two fingers here, your index finger and your middle finger, and then kind of bring it to your thumb. Okay? And it's just kind of, it's almost like a little animal eating. Okay? No. No. It's also something, you know, you can just sign quick to your kids. Nope, no, no. And then for thing, you just have your dominant hand out and you just kind of move it like that. No thing, no thing. Okay, so no thing can compare. So for compare, you're gonna take two hands, slightly cupped, and then you're going to move them back and forth like you're comparing two objects, okay? So no thing can compare. You're our living hope. Pointing to God in heaven, you, and then our, you're gonna take two fingers, your middle finger and your index finger, move from your dominant shoulder to your non-dominant shoulder. Okay, so you're our living. This is one that's come up in lots of songs. You're gonna make two L's, and then you're gonna bring it towards your body and then up. Living. Okay, so you're our living, and then hope. We've done this one before too. It's also both hands. Okay, up here, and then you bend it, but keeping your fingers straight. Hope. Okay, and you do that twice. Hope. So you're our living hope. Okay, let's try that from the top. Okay, there's nothing worth more that could ever come close. No thing can compare. You're our living hope. And then your presence, Lord. Your, pointing up to heaven, and then presence. What you do here is that normally when you just kind of do presence, if you're in someone's presence, you don't necessarily elevate one person over the other. But in our case, we're talking about God and us. So I'm going to elevate God and do presence like this, okay? Your presence and then Lord. So for Lord, you have your non-dominant hand up and then moving from your shoulder to your hip and an L with your dominant hand. That's how you do Lord. Okay? That's the first half. I know this is the biggest section we've ever done, but I know you can do it. Stick with me, okay? I've tasted and seen. Okay, so okay, your pinky up at your chest. I've tasted. So for tasted, you're gonna take your hand, your middle finger is gonna be at your chin like that. Tasted, tasted. I've tasted and, you don't have to sign and if you can't fit it in, and seen. So you have two fingers up and you're mimicking your line of sight, okay? I've tasted and seen of the sweetest of loves, okay? So for sweet, you're also gonna still be at your chin here, but this time you have all your fingers at your chin and then you bring it down like that, okay? Sweet, sweet. So I've tasted and seen of the sweetest of loves. Remember hugging your chest? And then where my heart becomes free. So where, we've learned that one before. You take your index finger here and you kind of shake it. Okay, so where my heart. Okay, so for heart, you're just going to draw a little heart at your chest. Okay, some people also do this. You're welcome to do that if you'd like. My heart becomes free. So you can do become in here if you want. Become is like this. It's kind of the start of peace. I don't sign it, so don't worry about it if you don't want it in there. Becomes free. So for free, you're going to take both hands in an F position. Okay, so that means your index and your thumbs are touching. Start together. Free. Okay, arms crossed and moving outward. You are free. 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 So where my heart becomes free and my shame is undone. Okay, so my, and then for shame, you're gonna have your fingers bent here at your chin and then you bring your hand out and then you wanna look down too, okay? Remember there's a lot of facial expression in sign language, so shame. So you wanna have a look of shame on your face, okay? Shame. And then for undone. So for undone, you have a couple possibilities. We've done gone before where you have two hands out here and then you drop your dominant hand. You can do that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do to lose. Okay, so you have your hands here, like you're holding something and then lost, okay? You've lost something. Okay, so where my shame is undone. And then your presence, Lord. Okay, your presence, Lord. Okay, we'll try the second half and then we're gonna do the whole thing through, okay? So we're gonna start at I've tasted and seen. I've tasted and seen of the sweetest of loves where my heart becomes free and my shame is undone. Your presence, Lord. Okay? Keep with it, and then we're gonna do it top to bottom now. Everything we've learned today, okay? So starting with, at the very top, there's nothing worth more, okay? There's nothing worth more that could ever come close. No thing can compare. You're our living hope. Your presence, Lord, halfway, okay? I've tasted and seen of the sweetest of loves, where my heart becomes free and my shame is undone. Your presence, Lord. Okay, we'll try it one more time. There's nothing worth more that could ever come close. No thing can compare. You're our living hope. Your presence, Lord. I've tasted and seen the sweetest of loves, where my heart becomes free and my shame is undone. Your presence, Lord. And that's the beginning of the song. Don't give up. This is the longest video that I've ever made, which means it's the most signs that I've ever asked you guys to learn. If it's too tough for you, that's okay. Go back and do some of the easier songs and then come back to this one. Okay, I'm so glad you're here. And yeah, I can't wait to see you. Tomorrow we're gonna do the chorus. Bye. If you liked today's video, please click like. It gives me the encouragement I need to make more. Also, don't forget to subscribe, that way you'll miss no future songs. And lastly, share Sign Language Worship on Facebook. Find a friend to learn sign with. That way, you're both more likely to stick with it. See you later.